Hello everyone, I'm the Whiskey Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. It is a special day. As you've seen from the title, I am drinking a 200-year-old Macallan. Well, kind of. So this is a Macallan that's been distilled in 1920s, that legendary era of the Macallan of the 1926. I'll put the image there, the one that fetched a lot of money at an auction. And basically, it's courtesy of Mark Littler. It comes in this kind of nice little envelope. I'll show you the information. And while I pour, it comes in this little bit of itsy bitsy. It's 1 cl. It's 1 cl. I'll tell you why. Let me pour this. So Mark Littler is an online, he has an online shop. He deals in antiques and old whiskies. Go check his YouTube channel and his shop out. And basically, well, that's down there now, it doesn't matter. Basically, he came across this 1940s Macallan 22-year-old. And he bought it, but on transit, you know, the level went down. So I'll put the link down there. He explains it better. He shows the video. And what he does, because he can't sell the whole bottle, he just put 1 cl of each. Now, I didn't buy this. I bought a cognac from him, and they mixed my order, and they sent this one instead of the cognac. But because it was sent to an address I wasn't there for a couple of months, when I went and saw, I contacted them and said, I'm like, listen, I wouldn't want to take anyone's 100-year-old, 200-year-old, 100-year-old Macallan. And like, you know, should I send it back? And Mark, being the gentleman that he is, he's like, it was meant to be. This is your Christmas gift. So Mark, thank you. Thank you very much. This is such a great opportunity to taste. So this is the bottle. It comes, yeah, like, there you go. Focuses. There you go. Yeah. I'll put it up there as well. And it's basically a Macallan 22-year-old. It was originally 43% ABV. It's now 40.5% ABV after it dropped down. And Angus McRail from Miss Whiskey Fun gave it 93 points, which is incredibly high. And if it was a higher filling, he would have said it would have been easily gotten 94 or 95. So, you know, it's crazy. This is a pre-World War II style of malt whiskey that didn't even exist by the 1950s, I would say. So, you know, it's an impressive whiskey, and it's only 1 cl. And yeah, it was distilled in the 1920s, that same era. And I'll put there's a video of Macallan and Bentley, and you know, Natty Harbinson, who was the widow that inherited Macallan, but she was also already running it. So then she took over and actually ran it. So beautiful video. All right, a Macallan that was distilled in the 1920s, a 22-year-old, 40.5% ABV Macallan. Let's see. Let's see. On the nose. Wow. Okay, nothing like I expected. It's very herbal, first of all. Yeah, incredibly herbal. There's citric notes there. A lot of spices. Like, it's giving me cough syrup vibes. Kind of like Drambuie. You know, there's a sweet, sour note to it. Very sugary. The Demerara sugar. It's almost resembling of those funky rums. Nothing like I expected. Like, I expect this modern type of Macallan you have with a lot of, you know, dried fruits and baking spices, but completely different. Yeah, there's a pepperiness, spiciness to it. Massive beeswax, honey, but really herbal, really herbal. All right, let's dive into the palate of a 22-year-old Macallan that was distilled in 1920s. Wow, that is interesting. So it is underpowered. You can feel it. It's a shame, but it's such a consistent palate as well compared to the nose. It's those herbal notes, those spices, that sour, that acidity. It's still going. It's really oily. Very chewy and oily. It's nothing like I have ever tasted before. Honestly, I don't think this style exists anymore. I had whiskeys from the 60s. That was the oldest distilled stuff. Well, no, bottled in 60s, so distilled around like 40s and stuff. But nothing like this. This is, let's read the notes because, you know, I don't think I'm doing it justice. So he says, nose is extraordinary herbal with a super old school salty, resinous and earthy sherry profile that also incorporates a stunningly drying, equally old school peat. See, because I'm not well versed in these old school stuff, I'm not, I can't make that association. Aged Drambuie. All right, so that's good. Beautiful aromas of bitter marmalades. Yeah, I can get that. Crystallized ginger, heather honey. Yes, okay. And many more obscure liqueurs. Okay. Mouth. It has obviously lost a little power, yeah, but retains this stunningly earthy, rooty, and drying peat smoke. See, maybe that is it. I don't know. Recalls many glorious Highland parks of similar production era. Orange cordial, herbal syrups, and cocktail bitters. Yes, cocktail bitters. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is truly liqueur Scotch whiskey and strictly very little to do with modern malt whiskey. But it's not malt whiskey. Back in the day, I think they called liqueur whiskey the really aged ones with a lot of taste and quality. As far as I know, they call them liquor malt whiskey or liqueur Scotch whiskey. But it doesn't mean that it's not malt whiskey. Surprisingly long, absolutely, giving the upfront softness on the palate. I would even say it gathers power right into the aftertaste, returning to these variational saltiness, old school sherry. So, okay, apparently it's old school sherry. That's what I'm getting. Tarry note. Yeah, okay, maybe this is old school peat then. You see, because I don't have a reference point, it's good to read these things. It's a very interesting nose. Is it the best nose I had on a whiskey? No, but I think at this point, at an opportunity like this, you don't say like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. You just enjoy the moment and thank your lucky stars that you've stumbled upon this happy accident. Happy for me, maybe not so happy for Mark, but I'll do the second round and yeah, heather honey, absolutely. Very herbal. Now I get some nuts. Oh, pretty and long. That astringent and salty and sour and honey note goes forever. Like, it is Drambuie like. It is Drambuie like. I get it. I get it. Now, of course, we can't get this. It's impossible. I think a full bottle, lastly at auction, fetched somewhere between £6,000 to £9,000. This 1CL was £100. So let's see how it compares to something similar. Obviously, I don't have Macallan 21 or 22. I'm not a massive Macallan fan anyway, but I have good friends who have gifted me this Macallan 18 2021 release, double oak, double cask. I think sherry is the more, sherry cask is the more desired one, but this is also obviously sherry, but it's matured in the perfect balance of handpicked sherry, seasoned American and European oak casks. So they have forests in both states and Spain, bottled at 43% ABV. So the original ABV of this one, Okay, let's dive in quickly to this. See, this is the nose I'm used to at sherried whiskies of modern times. Butter, honey, roasted nuts, hints of ginger, a lot of caramel, a lot of toffee, shortbread, butter on toast, rum raisins, just raisins soaked in alcohol, orange marmalade, cherry jam. I mean, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous nose. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh, just, will I get any similarities? I highly doubt it. No, nothing. Maybe a little bit of honey, but no, this is something completely different. On the palate. Okay. Pretty consistent with the nose. That it's gingery, more ginger notes on the palate. A lot of buttery, roasted nuts. And honey, sweetness, carrot cake, get a little cinnamon. Yeah, spices, roasted nuts, honey, butter. But it's so underpowered. The chill filtration is so apparent. Like, it's not mouth coating as it's suggesting it would from the nose. Finish is gone. Like, it's nearly, I mean, it's not non-existent, but it's medium. It just leaves a little bit of like spice, like a little cinnamon spice note, but completely different than what this is. But, you know, guys, this was just an incredible, weird moment for me. Happy accident. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just not every day you drink 100-year-old Macallan. And yeah, it was what a lucky SOB I am. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not gonna rate this Macallan 18 as well because it's north of 200 pounds or something. So there's no whiskey worth like that much money. So all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot. And yeah, I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.